go through. Oh, there we go.
Hey YouTubers, Raven here.
Starfire!
And tonight we're going to be talking about Blaga Lightning.
Season 2, Episode 6, The Book of Blood, Chapter 2, The Purdy.
Yes. The Purdy. Because the Purdy. But, yeah, I rather enjoyed this episode.
I actually really liked this one. I think of the season so far, this is the best episode.
Yeah.
Because season 1 was good. So I can't say that it was the best episode of both seasons.
No.
But it's been the best episode of season 2 so far.
Yes. I did not hate Jefferson in this episode.
Yeah, no, I don't think I disliked anyone except maybe Tobias because he's a freaking jerk.
I did not dislike Tobias because that is who he is.
I know that's who he is, but like, he just annoys me.
Yeah, I wasn't even annoyed with Jennifer in this episode.
Yeah. I feel like everybody did really good acting and did their part well in this episode. So I don't feel like there's really anybody to necessarily complain about. Yeah. For the most.
It hit me when we were watching it. Like, this isn't even one that I came up with just because we were talking about it and I remembered something that probably would end up bugging me and then I blab about it. But when we were watching, when the episode started, and she was crying in her room, and Jefferson walks in, and she's like bawling, you know? And then when she leans over when he's holding her, like, she stopped crying. And it looked like her face was like, just like, resting. Like, you know, it wasn't smiling, it wasn't sobbing, it wasn't sad, it was just, and she was just kind of like leaned up against him. And I'm like, oh, okay, you were sobbing 2 seconds ago, and now, like, there's not even tear marks on your face.
Yeah.
There's a disconnect here. You're supposed to be in a very emotional state right now, and your body's not even shaking from crying.
Right.
Like, I'm sorry, but if you're sobbing like you were, like, you're gonna be leaning over. But no, you were just like...
Her body didn't really look like it was moving that much even when he came in, though.
Yeah, but, like, you could hear it and her head was moving. And so that kind of gave you... But she was more so, like, looking at something when he came in.
Yeah.
And crying. So, like, it wasn't like a... You know, it was more like...
Like a soft. Soft.
You know, like a whimper.
Yeah.
But you could tell that it was really painful for her. Because something about the way she was hunched over. Like, looking at it.
Yeah.
The body language just read that she probably had been sobbing. And that now she was... Like, she was going over it again in her mind and reliving it again as she was looking at whatever she was looking at. And then just to have it, like, instantly all be gone, wiped out from existence as she's leaning against Jefferson. I'm sorry, but that's not how the process works.
No, it's not.
I've never had an issue with this woman since the beginning of the series, since episode 1.
Her name is Lynn.
Okay, I keep forgetting. But I've never had an issue with Lynn until tonight. That's my only issue with her.
Yeah.
Is that...
Well, that was just bad editing, or that was just, like, they probably, like, you know,
had a reshoot.
Had a reshoot, or had another take, or had, like, it was, like, a separate scene, and so she wasn't crying anymore, and they just, like, edited it, and it looked that way.
Right.
Like, that was their fault, not hers.
I know, I'm not saying that it's necessarily her acting, per se, but since it was her portraying that, even though it's probably an editorial mistake, because it
just doesn't go with the flow or the consistency of the scene.
Right.
So it's understandable that it would be something that would be irritating.
Yeah. Like, that just jarred me right away, and I was like, the hell?
Yeah.
But I think that's really my only complaint for this
Yeah.
episode. Like, I really enjoyed it.
It was really good.
Yes.
That one guy, though, like, I understand he wants to know about his kid, but, like, she doesn't know. She can't tell you if she is alive right now. Like, she's grieving. She's upset.
And so is he.
I know, but he doesn't need to freaking ram the back of her car just to find out if his daughter's alive.
He wasn't getting answers. I mean, like...
But she doesn't have the answers he's looking for right now.
But he doesn't understand that. Because they all know she's the scientist that was in there with them. So how could she not know? You know, how could she not know because she saw their faces every day? How do you not know which pod my daughter was in? Because here's a picture and you've looked at her face every day for the last how many months?
Right.
So she should know. But the shock of everything that's happened has made her not really be able to process that.
Right.
And she's grieving and he's grieving and his form of grieving is finding out what the hell has happened. I mean...
I know.
Like, you can't complain about that. I mean, you can. But, like, it's instinct to want to find out what happened.
No, I know that. But I'm just saying that, like, because of the state she's in...
He doesn't care. He's a dad first.
Yeah.
He'll do whatever the hell it takes to find out what happened to his kid. Period. It doesn't matter what that entails.
Well, if he's not getting the answers from her, then he's going to have to go to somebody else to find it out.
Well, yeah. But right now, she's the only one that would know. And so he's going after her to find out.
Yeah.
Like, if I had a kid and they were one of the pod kids and the one woman who's been trying to save my child for the last how many months just told me that she could possibly be dead, or he, I would go to the ends of the earth to talk to that woman over and over again until she gave me a yes or no answer. Whether or not she kept saying, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know, I'm going to hound her ass until I get the answer. So, yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
I wasn't really complaining, I was just, like, mentioning it.
Yeah. I'm not...
Yeah.
Like, I'm just trying to explain from his point of view.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying you're complaining or anything.
No, I know that, like, he's distraught and he's his father and he wants to know everything he possibly can about it. I understand that. But she's also in the processing stage of processing what exactly happened. And yeah, she does know, but she's just not in the place to tell him right now.
Yes, and we understand that as a viewer.
Yeah.
He does not, because she is not Lynn's daughter. So Lynn could not possibly care for her as much as he does. That is what's going on through his mind.
Right.
So she could not possibly be as grieving as I am. Why is she even grieving? Like, the children aren't hers.
Yeah.
He doesn't know that she has, like, this personal connection with them because they're metas, essentially, and so are her kids. He doesn't know that.
Yeah.
So he doesn't know that she sees her children in them. And that it's affecting her that much.
Right.
Because to him, it's his daughter. Why would some stranger care?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Also, yay for Gamby still being alive!
Right? We called it.
I knew he wasn't dead!
Yes.
I knew it!
Like we said last week, if there ain't a body, it didn't happen.
And I like how we got to see what he actually did to, like, get out of the car.
Yes.
You know, because that was very clever on his part.
That
A little
door.
try and blew up the car to make it look like he was in the car when it blew up. No,
So-
because they didn't have a body.
Graves all the empty caskets all the time.
Probably would want to see a body.
Oh yeah. I mean,
Watching the funeral, then yeah, there's not going to be a funeral if there's no body. But if somebody else just decides to do it, they can just buy an empty casket and have a funeral and be like, okay.
the fire was so hot. You know, like, it it could have been that the fire was so hot that all that were left was ashes, so you can't tell. That's not what I'm... Okay, you're saying we need a body. They suspect that his body burnt to his crisp and he became ashes. There's no way to find his ashes, separate them from all the other ash around, so they can't say, like, here are his ashes, go bury him.
Right.
It's like he's just become part of the dirt now. And so they literally don't have any part of him to bury.
Mm-hmm.
The only way to have a funeral is have an empty casket funeral or an empty box.
Or just like a memorial service for him.
That's the only way they could do anything.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But, since he's alive.
Mm-hmm. And he was helping them even though they didn't realize he was helping them.
Yeah, I'm sitting here, like, looking at everything going, how, like, you see that flying robotic gun, right?
Those people that kept coming in and out, though, so fast from the looker, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was like, how is he going to be able to catch them? It was almost like a video game. Like, where are they? Shoot, shoot, shoot. Where are they? Shoot, shoot, shoot. It's like,
yeah.
You know?
Yeah, but I mean, at least he was trying.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, like, it was happening so fast, like, on, like, getting the babies out.
Mm-hmm.
And the parents, at least Anissa was, that she didn't notice it.
Yeah.
And Black Lightning was just focused on getting the people. Like, you know, doing that. So he wasn't looking up in the sky, oh, there's a freaking drone flying around. Maybe I should figure out who's doing that.
Well, yeah, but I would assume that, like, because some of the drone shots that Gambi had were at, like, a head level.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, there's literally a drone flying right in front of your face, Jefferson.
Yeah.
You're not blind.
Mm-hmm.
But at least that's how it seems to me.
Yeah.
And also, like, okay, Anissa asked him point blank, like, girl with the same hairstyle, almost the same hairstyle as mom, is she there? Yes. You saw her when you walked up to the damn truck.
Yeah, that was her.
No, I don't see
like,
them.
I was thinking that in my head. I'm like, she was just, like, she was the one pushed against the steering wheel.
Mm-hmm.
Like, seriously? She wasn't unrecognizable.
Yeah. And I'm sorry, but, like, you definitively say, no, I don't see them here. You didn't look around the whole damn truck. The dad could be on the other side.
Yeah.
I mean...
Hopefully the other baby's okay.
The looker has the other baby.
No, the white baby.
The white baby the mama was carrying. The mama had the white baby.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying I hope it's okay, because the mom was pushed against the steering wheel. So the baby was in the car.
No, the mom and the dad had the black baby.
Oh, okay.
The daughter, who's the baby's mama's, if she had the black baby, how does Looker have the black baby?
Okay, she had the white one.
Because she had a baby when Anissa came rolling up.
I know she was holding a baby. It's just I thought that it was the other one.
Yeah.
That's just my fault.
It's just a misunderstanding. That's not his fault.
Anyway, yeah, like, I don't understand why he didn't mention that.
Yeah.
But at first he was pissed off at her for, like, going there. Mm-hmm. And then he's like, oh, I'm so happy that you came because all these people would have died if it wasn't for you.
Right. Like, dude, make up your damn mind. Like,
it's like, your daughter's gonna do these things whether you like it or not. She is a grown-ass woman, and she's gonna go out and help people because that's what she freaking does.
Mm-hmm.
So leave her be and let her do what she's gonna do for people.
Yeah.
End of story.
You know what? This is the first time in the show's history that Anissa did something that would go against her father. And they didn't turn it back and say, bad job, Nyssa.
Yeah.
Because it makes me so happy.
Yeah.
That...
Because he's doing everything like this Sanji.
Mm-hmm.
And all of that. And, you know, so he has a little bit of an understanding of what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew Khalil wasn't going to kill. I was a little scared because I was like, don't do it. Like, you don't let Tobias, like, rule you,
Mm-hmm.
you know? And, I mean, I'm glad that he was trying to tell him to leave town to protect him so that he wouldn't end up getting killed by one of Tobias's other people or something, or Tobias himself.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, and he's
Mm-hmm.
the type of person that he is.
Yeah.
But he's not going to leave town.
No.
So he's still at risk of getting killed.
Yeah.
Too much to one side of the tactical stuff and less of the social stuff. Balance, and you're like beating him up, you know?
Yeah. I think that was kind of to make up for...
Yeah, it was probably to make up for how much social interaction there was, or social, you know, cohesion that there was.
At least in his mind, because I'm sorry, but his idea, like, not okay.
Yeah, it's not. So I was just like, seriously, stop. Like, point, you've done enough. And then he kept asking, are you okay? Are you okay? And then he just kept doing it. And I'm like, do you want him to get so hurt that he can't do what you're asking him to? Like, I don't understand that concept. I'm sorry. Like, I don't understand, like, the whole torturing thing, because they wanted freaking, what's the word? Like, how is that? It's not. Understand that. Yeah, you roughed him up, but, like, okay, you know, what's that gonna prove?
That he's the dominant one, and you better fracking listen to him, or you could be beat to a bloody pulp.
And he is going to listen to him because he doesn't have any other choice to.
Yeah, he does, which I explained last week.
Yeah, but like he told Jen, you know, because of the choices that he's made, he doesn't really have anywhere else to go.
Oh, which he does, but... I mean, we find out, like, for the previews for next week, it kind of looks like...
Yeah, but I mean, in his mind, he doesn't think he does.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand why Tobias did it. I just don't like that he kept doing it. You know, he only needed to do it, like, a little bit and be like, okay, you know, now there's the ballads of
but
both,
then...
but he didn't, so.
But then the kid kept going after Tobias, too. So...
Well, I'm not gonna stand there and let somebody beat me up. I'm gonna fight back.
Yes. But if Tobias wanted him to learn a lesson, to don't attack me again...
Yeah.
If I was Tobias, yeah, I'd knock the frackin' sucker out.
Mm-hmm.
Like...
And then he blames him for breaking his fish tank when he clearly did it because he kept punching him against that, and it caused it to break.
I was surprised it didn't break when he freaking threw him against it.
Right?
I was like, oh my gosh.
I thought it was going to.
And then it's like...
And it didn't, and I was like, wow, that is some strong glass.
Right?
And then you saw it cracking, and I was like... And he's like, you broke my fish tank. And I'm like, you broke it yourself, you jerk.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But anyway, like, the whole thing about, you know, in South Freeland with the Sanji and the Purdy, I got it right.
Yeah.
Was just interesting because I feel like it's kind of, you know, the struggle that they still kind of deal with. I mean, just among their race, kind of, in a way. Not everybody, but
no,
I mean...
But there's still gonna be pockets of, like,
yeah,
massive pockets of
right,
racism.
and I mean, South Freeland is the pocket of that area or region that occurs in still. But yeah, like... I don't know, for some reason, I just didn't expect there to be one white and one...
Or even among, you know,
Well, because, you know,
mixed-race
usually
couple.
when a mixed race couple is together and they have a
Mhm.
child, they're usually, like, the child's usually darker skinned, but they're not, like, black. They're
Mhm.
just, like, you know, brown or a little darker skinned. A mix of black and white.
Right.
But this was clearly one black and one white.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, okay. I mean, obviously, I didn't expect her to have twins. I thought she was only having one child.
Yeah.
Because she wasn't, in at least in my opinion and from what I've seen, she wasn't big enough to be carrying twins. But she just didn't look like she was. Because usually people are bigger when they have twins.
Well, yeah, but depending on her size, well, on her base size,
Yeah.
it could have been that she was big enough.
Mm-hmm.
Because she did look like a straight up fishing pole. Like her arms
She
and
did.
everything.
Yeah.
So she could have been railroad thin, and that
She
would be the
yeah.
size for twins.
Right. She probably just
Mhm.
is thin already, so she doesn't show very much.
Right.
But yeah, like, that was unexpected.
Mhm.
And just the family, you know, it's just sad. I mean, I know that, like, they feel the way that they do, and that's a
Mhm.
struggle that they have. But I hope that Anissa's words got through to them about, you know, whether you're dealing with this or not, or whether you have issues with this. Like, they're still your They
Child.
did. But I mean, at first.
Yeah.
they were,
Yeah. I mean, there is precedent for a biracial couple to have like a white child.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, it's extremely rare because yes, the
Dominant gene.
yeah, the dominant gene is for the darker skin tone.
Mm-hmm.
Usually the dominant genes are the darker tones,
Yeah.
whether it be hair, eyes, skin, like anything like that is
Mhm.
usually the dominant gene is the darker one. But it is jarring to see that, but I like that they introduced that, because I mean, you also have Tobias, who is a white black man. He
Mhm.
is an albino black man, and like, whether or not this child will have predominantly black features as it grows up,
Mm-hmm.
we don't know. Whether the child is actually a white baby or an albino.
Right.
And so, I mean, the show has done the albino story with Tobias, so they might go the white baby route, or they might go the albino baby route. We don't know
Yeah.
for sure, but albinos do tend to have, like, lighter hair colors and everything like that. Everything about them is lighter,
Mm-hmm.
and the baby did kind of have, like, darker hair, I think. So it's looking more like it is just a white baby.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's really interesting. And,
It is.
It is gonna turn a lot of heads when they go around saying, "Oh yeah, that's my twin,"
Mm-hmm.
but they'd be like,
I think it's cool.
"Adopted," but yeah. I mean, it was jarring for me when I first found out that
Yeah.
that could happen, because I was watching through YouTube, looking at weird stuff like, you know, kids with.
It
like,
all has to do with, like, the genes and the DNA and all
Mhm.
of that stuff.
Yeah,
What?
like,
Yeah.
like looking through like kids that have like past life memories, or you know, like stuff like that, or the twin sisters that share a body but have
Mhm.
the two
Oh,
heads.
the Siamese twins, yeah.
Yeah. Like,
Or conjoined twins.
yeah. And like watching that, and then I saw this video that said, she's my twin, and it was this red-headed white chick, and this light brown woman, and I'm like,
yeah.
what? And then, like, I watched the video, and it's like, yeah, they're twins.
It's rare because having it's rare in and of itself.
Right.
So, if the possibility of that, yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting, and I like that they put it in.
Mm-hmm.
It throws something into the mix that
does.
wasn't there before. Like, all the CW hero shows like to kind of push the envelope to show you something that's not usually shown to the public or that pushes some sort of buttons. And this does push the button of people who agree or disagree with the biracial coupling and what it could do. Her parents, how they reacted, like, why the hell my daughter have a white baby? Like, you know, like, I don't want to touch that.
Right,
you know?
Right.
Like, that's something that I think would legitimately happen. Like, if you don't agree with your daughter's coupling of a white man.
Because they didn't even know who Deacon was.
Well, the mom did.
Yeah.
But the dad didn't.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it's just, I mean, it's a sad fact of reality, and it's also, like, a good side of reality where, like, you know, people can be, like, you can have biracial couplings and, you know, stuff like that, but it's a sad fact that, like, some people just don't accept it.
Right.
And I like that they showed that push and pull.
They did, yeah. I like that too. I like that they keep it, you know, relevant to a lot of the issues that people struggle with, race and stuff on Black Lightning. I think that keeps it real and relevant, as well as, you know, telling the story of the heroes and, you know, the family and all of that.
Yeah.
So.
It's primarily a family show, and being the hero comes second.
Right.
And I like that aspect because I like getting to know the person behind the mask. And the butt kicking is just an extra added bonus. I mean, come on. So yeah, I freaking loved this episode.
It was really good.
Yes. So, I forgot again. Okay. So, I guess until next time, family is what you make it.